Cliff drive hunting. Instead of fighting massive animals directly, hunters made a giant natural trap. It involved hundreds of animals being driven toward the edge of a massive cliff and falling to their deaths. Hunters used fear, teamwork, and geography as weapons. In this method, groups of hunters slowly pushed animals like herds of bison, buffalo, deer, horses, or even mammoths toward the edge of a steep cliff without the animals realizing the danger ahead. As the herd got closer to the edge, hunters created panic by throwing rocks, making loud noises, using smoke, and waving fire. Other hunters formed human barriers to stop the animals from escaping backward. Once one animal panicked and started running, the entire herd usually followed in blind terror. Animals crushed into each other, slipped, fell off the cliff, shattered bones on impact, or died instantly from the fall. Even survivors were often too injured to escape. This gave hunters huge amounts of food, bones, fur, leather, and materials that could help the tribe survive for weeks or even months. Archaeologists have discovered massive piles of animal bones near ancient cliffs, proving hunters repeatedly used this strategy thousands of years ago. This hunting method was also called buffalo jumps and was highly effective for avoiding direct close-range combat with dangerous prey. Persistence hunting was a hunting method where hunters slowly chased an animal for hours, sometimes across an entire day until it became too exhausted to keep running. Instead of killing prey quickly with brute force, hunters used endurance, tracking skills, patience, and heat as weapons. Many animals overheated quickly after running for long periods, especially under intense heat. Hunters took advantage of this weakness by constantly tracking and pressuring the animal without letting it fully rest. Ancient hunters followed footprints, broken branches, blood trails, and movement signs across massive distances, sometimes under brutal heat for many hours. Humans also had a huge advantage because they could sweat efficiently to cool their bodies, while many animals relied mostly on panting, which became less effective during non-stop running. Hunters carried spears, stone tools, water, and throwing weapons while moving at a steady pace behind the exhausted prey. As the animal became slower, overheated, dehydrated, and too exhausted to escape, hunters slowly closed the distance. Eventually, the animal could barely run anymore, making the final kill much easier and safer. Once the prey finally collapsed, hunters harvested nearly every useful part of the body, turning a single kill into food, tools, warmth, and survival supplies for the group. Persistence. Hunting proved that ancient humans did not dominate nature through brute force, but through stamina, strategy, patience, and the ability to keep going long after other predators would stop. Group surround strategy was a hunting method where hunters surrounded an animal from multiple sides to trap, overwhelm, and exhaust it before killing it. Instead of one hunter fighting alone, the entire group worked together like a coordinated pack. Hunters spread out across forests, grasslands, or open areas and slowly closed the gap around animals like elk, woolly rhinoceroses, buffalo, deer, or even mammoths, sometimes covering areas up to 0.6 miles wide. Their main task was to slowly trap the animals inside a tightening circle of hunters with almost no way to escape. One of their most powerful tools was fire because many animals naturally feared flames and smoke, making it easier for hunters to stop them from escaping. Hunters waved burning branches, created smoke, shouted loudly, and threw rocks to create fear and pressure from every direction. Ancient hunters were also powerful throwers capable of hurling stones at speeds over 60 miles per hour with deadly force. They used spears, atlatls, stone tools, and ranged weapons to attack animals from safer distances. Some hunters scared the animals from the front while others blocked escape routes from the sides or behind. As the circle became smaller, the trapped animals grew more exhausted and confused, giving hunters a major advantage. Once surrounded, the animals had very little chance of survival. After the kill, hunters used the meat for food, bones for tools, and other body parts for survival resources. This strategy showed how ancient humans turned teamwork, planning, coordination, and intelligence into one of humanity's deadliest survival weapons.